VJ Day has just passed, and it's a commemoration, celebration if you will, of the end of the Second World War in the Pacific. And our esteemed member and a friend of mine, Jack Fletcher, was chosen by the North American Veterans Association to lay a wreath on their behalf. And Jack tells me there was a large crowd of people to see this at the Kings Park War Memorial. A round of applause if you wouldn't mind. Well done, Jack. Now, it's been 70 years since the hostilities ended. There have been countless discussions since 1945 on whether President Truman should or should not have used nuclear weapons to achieve victory, and everyone would have their own personal belief on that. Some have said that it would not have mattered if the bombs weren't used, as Japan capitulated, and this is controversial, because the Soviets coincidentally invaded Manchuria on the 9th of August, sweeping on to take over the Kuril Islands, that's K-U-R-I-L, and that was just north of Hokkaido. So there's a real threat that the Soviets would occupy Japan. They were more than capable of invading those islands at that time. This threat of occupation and the nuclear bombing in the South brought World War II to an end, and that saved the lives of many hundreds of thousands, including our own Jack Fletcher. But I thought you might be interested in the technical aspects of those fearsome weapons. Little Boy was a gun-type device where 25 kilo of uranium was fired into 39 kilos, so reaching the critical mass of 56 kilos. That size. Just 2% of that mass was fissioned, equivalent to 15,000 tonnes of TNT. Imagine if 100% had been fissioned. That was enough to obliterate Hiroshima on the 6th of August. The aircraft that carried that bomb to Hiroshima, and that's what happened. Pretty thought-provoking, isn't it? Now, Fat Man was the next bomb that was dropped, and that was Nagasaki 3 days later. It was a plutonium implosion type bomb of 6 kilo, compressing that mass from softball size, still that size, to that of a tennis ball size. And that was achieved by putting 2.5 tonne of high explosive around that core, and when it went off, it compressed the material. Now in that case, 20% or 1.176 kilo of the 6 kilo was converted to energy, and that was enough to obliterate Nagasaki with 21,000 tonnes of TNT. However, this is where the sobering part comes in. The damage was not limited to the explosions. Dangerous radioactivity in the form of gamma rays, beta rays, antineutrinos, isotopes such as strontium, iodine, cesium, lingered and entered the biosphere. What does that mean? Well, such a radioactive isotope of tin has a half-life of nearly 250,000 years. So once you release the genie out of the bottle, awful things do happen. As of 1993, there have been 520 atmospheric tests, 1,352 underground tests. The good old Brits detonated 12 here in Australia, one of which in WA, the Montebello Islands. How dare they? Each one of us carry atoms in our bodies that came from these nuclear bombs. In the same way that some molecules of water in each of us were once in a dinosaur. And that's a celebration in Hay Street.